candy shop.
I taste just like candy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ask for Candy, where we talk about healing, self-care, love, sex, relationships, and what it takes to be amazing on the daily. Who I am is CandiceHarperLoveCoach.com, and I help heartbroken people become wholehearted with results-proven coaching and hypnotherapy. That's right, wholehearted. So that we can all heal the past, love ourselves unconditionally, and start our love lives over from a clean slate. I'm also here to support us in feeling epic, enough, peaceful, illuminated, and courageous in every aspect of our lives, but particularly in love, whether you are single or not. Now, before we get started with everything, don't forget to subscribe to our audio broadcast, Ask for Candy on Anchor, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you normally download. And you can email us at askforcandypodcast@gmail.com to leave comments and to ask questions. And those questions will often be answered in a later broadcast or used as topics. I know y'all can hear the German Shepherd. For whatever reason, he's itchy tonight. But here's the news. There's some fun news tonight because I have a very, very special guest on the show with me. I'm very excited.
And handsome.
And special and handsome. Absolutely, 100%. So I want y'all to meet my man, Joe Frank.
What's up, people? How y'all doing tonight?
That was a good hello, Joe.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I brought you here, Joe, because, I want to have everybody get an opportunity to get to know you the way that I am getting to know you. And, Joe Frank and I are really just getting to know each other in a big way, right?
Well, yeah, we met years ago, but
yeah.
You kind of stalked me.
Huh? I stalked you?
Okay,
Please tell them how I stalked you.
Well, you came out of nowhere and was like, hey, I'm not trying to say anything, but you don't remember me, but I was watching years ago.
That is not what I said at all.
I thought you were very sexy. And,
yeah, is that how you remember it?
I was like, wait a minute, why is your voice so deep? I'm just joking, baby.
I know. The way that I remember it is that we were on the train so many years ago, and you stared at me for like 6 stops. Yeah.
I don't know who that was, but that's one thing I don't do. I don't stare at people.
But you did. You did. I'm telling you, you did. As a matter of fact, my girlfriend calls it getting fucked in the eye.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. The way you were looking at me that whole time we were on the train together, I was like, what is up with this dude?
Damn.
And I kept looking at you like, and looking away but flirting too. I was flirting because I thought you were cute.
Okay, yeah, you were leading me on.
Huh? I was leading you on?
Yeah,
I was leading you to believe that the way you were eyeing me was exactly what I wanted, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And all it took was a little bit of bait, and I was biting.
Huh?
So I can see how, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
so.
you're the one who initiated it, by the way.
I probably did.
Yeah, yeah.
I probably was just waiting for the right moment to say, hey, excuse me.
Which you did.
I did, right?
Yeah, because the train started to clear up, and then you walked over, and we struck up a conversation.
Right.
We ended up getting on the platform, getting off the train. I don't even know if it was your stop. Like, I was getting off on my stop, and you got off too.
I did?
Yeah. You don't remember that part?
No, I just remember when everybody cleared out, I walked over to you and just put my tongue in your mouth.
That is not what happened.
You're lying. Come on. That's what happened.
That's not what happened, Joe Frank.
That's joking.
You walked me off of the train, and we talked, I would say, at least for a good 15 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
And you gave me your business card.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think years went by, and we both, nothing ever came of it, and we both, yeah. And then I came across you on the internet, and I swear I wasn't stalking.
Mm-hmm. No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
I just saw your handsome picture, and I was like, I know that dude.
Well, when you give the vibrations that the universes need, it'll give you back exactly what you're looking for.
Right?
Yep.
And then here you were.
And then,
Just so happens we came to the DMV around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was serendipity, synchronicity. It just all fell into place, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I told you before, you're kind of caught in my world right now.
I'm caught in your world?
Yeah, because I attracted you.
You did?
Yep.
You were seeking me?
I was seeking you. I was seeking. But I gave it to the universe, and the universe sent you my way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I always tell people, especially people who are looking for love, of course Tucker gets noisy with the toys. I always tell people who are looking for love that what you seek is seeking you.
Hmm. Well, yeah. If you believe that,
Yeah.
yeah, I believe it'll come to you.
Right?
Yep.
Like you have to know it, right? In
Yeah.
your soul.
You do have to know it because I was listening to I believe her name was Rhonda Bourne.
Uh-huh.
She's the
Oh, writer of The Secret.
Yeah. She was saying
Rhonda
that
Byrne.
it's kind of effortlessly, and she said that the more you press forward, the more you repel it from you. And she said the more you have the energy to attract it, it'll come to you effortlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean like rather than actually forcefully being out there seeking,
absolutely.
like in action seeking.
Right.
I agree with that. I mean, I do think, we always talk about this, like there's something to be said for inspired action around it. Like the universe does say, oh, go to this place, or aligns things so that you will end up being in places where you meet and see people. But I think that, when you think about what you seeking you, it's more like what you say, oh, I desire and what I want is actually coming after you as well. Like rather than being, like you said, so proactive about it or so forceful about it, just understanding that this thing you say you desire is also out there desiring you, even when it's a person.
Absolutely. You have to look at it in a way that you're in a race, but you're starting from the finish line.
Yeah.
You already won the race.
Already won, right?
Yeah, right.
I love that, Joe Frank.
Well, thank you, baby.
So one of the things that I always tell people, and I always used to tell all my matchmaking clients, especially early on, like, when I first started matchmaking, I used to concierge their dates. So I would figure out fun stuff that they could do, like maybe an escape room or maybe a rock climbing wall. It would always be stuff where it required them to show up as who they really are. And not be focused on getting to know the other person, but be focused on, maybe some light competition or, how you show up when there's challenges and there's problem solving. Because I always felt like that's a better way to get to know someone than just the traditional sitting across from each other as a date, right?
Absolutely.
And then there's also all these now like games and these card things that are out now that are different ways to get to know each other. There was an article called The 36 Questions That Lead to Love in the New York Times years ago, which I've done a show about that. But I have these cards called Tonight Let's Talk. It's a card game, everybody, by Ace Metaphor. It's a Black-owned small business, so please support it. And I'm not sponsored by it, but I do love this game. And I want us, Joe, just for the people, to play this game. We've played it a little bit already, but just to play it and, kind of give people a little insight to our journey of getting to know each other. What do you think?
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got me anyway, so I'm your slave.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Joe Frank.
I won't elaborate on that, but yes, master.
I love that. All right, so we're going to dive in and just play. Who's going first?
You go, ladies first.
Okay, ladies first. So everybody, this is like a deck of, I would say, I don't know, like 300 cards, maybe 200 cards. And it's just all different questions where you get to just kind of draw the question and you don't have to look or anything. Just draw the question. I shuffled a little bit and I'm going to ask you, Joe, and you're going to answer it. And I don't know if it's that, here, let's look at the rules, because I don't know if it's that just the one person answers. Oh, okay, we take turns drawing a question card from the deck and reading the question aloud. And then the person the person drawing doesn't answer, just the other person. You ready?
I'm ready, baby.
All right, so the first question is, do you feel couples should both contribute equally to all household bills, and why or why not?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What do you think about that?
No, I believe sorta kinda. I believe that out of my check or out of my cut, the bill should be covered, and out of your cut, maybe we can plan around how we spend our time together, like maybe a dinner or a date or something. We could take that out of your half, but as far as the bills, we could just write all the bills out of my half of the agreement or the relationship. You can just take them out of minds and just have fun with your money.
I love what you're saying, Joe Frank. No, and the reason I love it is not just because of, like, obviously it seems like it just benefits me, but I love it because I feel like there's, you know, with our generation on down, there's a lot of questioning and contentioning around, you know, what is supposed to be around that. And I really feel like that's one of those things that as a couple you have to decide for yourselves, like what works for you.
Right.
Yeah, and that the way you just explained it's we're very compatible is what I'm trying to say.
Sounds good. So, you know, because I believe that you should keep yourself up, you know, your nails, your hair, and everything.
Yeah.
So you don't have to ask me for the money. Just take it out of your money that you already have.
I got you.
And you shouldn't have to worry about the bills being paid because I got you, baby.
Yeah. Just worry about my toes.
Just worry about your toes. Yeah. Taking care of daddy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I like that. All right, your turn. Pick a card. I dropped some of them on the floor.
Would you ever date outside of your race?
Oh,
Why or why not?
that's an interesting question.
Tread carefully.
Well, I have dated outside of my race. Dun, dun, dun.
Don't hurt me, baby.
No, I know. Don't be hurt by it. Because here's the thing. Like, when I was younger, it didn't... I mean, I still don't think it's that big of a deal. Because I really do think it's about core value matching, right? It's about... Of course, the German Shepherd wants attention. I think it's about finding somebody who, you know, you match core values, match lifestyles, and that could be cross-cultural. I don't think you have to date in your same... But I do find that as I get older, I prefer dating in my own race. Mainly because it's just easier culturally.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? There's
I agree.
so much you don't have to explain.
I agree. I have dated outside my race before.
You have too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I actually, though, I have to tell this because there was a guy that I started, like I was considering going out with, and he was white. And the thing that stopped me is we had conversations, and at one point he tried to do a black scent. You know what a black scent is?
Wow.
And I was like, Like, and as much as I thought he was cool up until then, like cool in the sense that, like, thinking he was, you know, an okay person.
Did you take it as an insult?
I didn't necessarily take it as an insult, but it said something to me about him. Like, it was like, like...
What, like he wasn't original? Like he wasn't comfortable being himself? He had to put on the show?
Yeah. And it was a very, you know, clearly it was a little bit racist, the fact that he was doing that, because he was thinking, oh, let me talk in this black accent. You know what I mean? There was that, which it said that about him, even though he was, and I know that sounds counterintuitive, like, oh, how's he attracted to you and racist? I still think people can have preconceived notions about, right? And fetish size. Like, as a black woman, being fetishized, and you know, as a black man, I'm sure you've been fetishized as well, where it's like, oh, I just want to get with you because you're black. You know, that you could still be dealing with a very racist person who wants to be sexually attracted to you or even date you.
And it's crazy because I would date outside my race, but I wouldn't want to have children outside of my race.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. But,
well, tell me about that. Like,
I don't know. I just want my kids to be 100% what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a 100% black man, and I can never be a veteran.
Yeah.
You're down with Public Enemy. That's an old Public Enemy song.
That's an old Public Enemy song.
So let me say something for a minute. When you came along, it was like, wow, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Talk about that.
I have been focusing on love and abundance in my meditations.
Yeah.
And a love therapist or a professionalist end up
love coach
falling in my lap like, here I am. And when I found out what you did, I was like, this is unreal.
Yeah.
And then I got to looking at you like, oh, she's really this pretty, she's really this beautiful.
Oh,
and
baby.
Smart and intelligent. I'm going all in.
Yeah.
I'm going all in, yeah. So I'm all in, baby.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
You're so sweet. You're a perfect guest for this podcast. Because you just say it, all your feelings. You put it out there.
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
Oh, I love you, baby.
Yes, I love you too, baby.
Mwah. Yes, we did just kiss on the mic. All right, it's my turn, right, to pick a card? All right, let me see. All right. See, we're people of a certain age. So this next question, do you want kids or more kids? And if so, how many and what qualities do you have that you feel would make you a great parent?
Well, I can only speak about the current situation that I'm in. And if we had a child, I guess it would be called a love child, if you know what that is.
What before marriage is a love child, isn't it?
I don't know. I thought a love child was when you're really into somebody and it doesn't happen.
I mean,
by
that
mistake.
makes sense.
It does, right? Yeah.
But I think the term is for when you're not married. Like a love child is like what they used to call illegitimate, which I don't like that term.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
Oh,
like
no,
a
that's
love
not what
child.
I'm referring to.
No. You
I'm
mean a
referring
child
to
of love.
A child of love, right?
Yeah, of
Absolutely.
being passionately in love with each other.
Right. Because trust me, there are some childs that's not made out of love.
Yeah.
Where you're just sleeping around and then somebody calls you, you know I'm pregnant. Oh, come on.
Does that happen, Joe Frank?
No comment. No comment.
I hear you. But I think, like I'm saying, we are of a certain age. Like, what do you think about the possibilities of, us down the road in the future if we were to adopt children or to take care of children that weren't our children biologically?
Well, I would, I love children, period.
Yeah.
And especially babies. So I would like to, if I would adopt, I'd like to adopt a nice baby.
Yeah.
A nice little fat, big head, bald head baby. Yep. Love it and kiss on it and raise it like it's mom. Yeah,
I hear
absolutely.
that.
Yep.
I hear that.
Nice little chocolate brown baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Isn't that the most prettiest thing in the world?
I would be cool with that. I would love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We also have, I'm also a grand auntie. Did you know I'm a grand auntie?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, at some point you'll get to meet, hopefully I'll get to meet my little nieces.
Okay.
I just, one was just born a few months ago. The other one, my nephew got married to a beautiful woman and they had a beautiful baby together, and she had an older daughter and made my younger sister a grandmother and made me a grand auntie.
Wow. Sexiest grand auntie I ever seen.
Well, thank you. I'll take it. All right, it's your turn to draw and ask me a question. You just go straight for the top, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
When you get married, do you plan to share a bank account or keep separate ones? Explain your answer.
Ooh.
We're getting funky now.
I know, right? We're getting
Yeah,
in
we're
it.
getting funky.
Well, I'll say this. Because I like with you, I feel a level of the possibility of there being a lot of trust between us around that, and knowing how you feel, like what your values are around how money is handled. I think it would be safe to say that you and me married would have a shared bank account for our living, right? And because we have such big visions as far as like building brands and things like that, I feel like we're going to have a number of accounts.
Absolutely. I was just thinking that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, what is the main will be what is our shared that we talk about and make decisions about and trust each other on. And then, the rest is just extra abundance, right?
Uh-huh. No doubt.
Because I definitely want to have an account that's all about contribution and, building foundation and, all that stuff.
Right.
And so that stuff would be separate. But I think you and I are... we're new, but we're definitely the possibility of a lot of trust around that. And I've been in a relationship before where there was a shared account and ended up getting screwed over. Like a little bit of financial taking advantage of the situation financially.
Right.
No bueno.
Right. But
I
like
don't
you
feel that
said,
with
we
you.
have a couple accounts.
Yeah.
We have a couple accounts. I'm not the best with money.
No.
Yeah. But I can be sort of cheap. I'm the type of person who, I never really paid a car note. I just bought the car outright. I never really had a mortgage. I just bought the
Bought
house.
it. Yeah.
And paid taxes and so forth because I wasn't good with paying bills every month.
Yeah.
Especially, unless it's my phone bill or my gas and electric or something like that. But yeah, back when I was flipping houses, I would buy the house.
Just buy it outright.
Just buy the house outright.
Yeah.
And maybe if I wanted to fuck it up later on, or be lazy, I could be lazy, and
Yeah.
But it was always there for me to come back to because it was mine.
Gotcha.
Same with the car. So
Yeah.
So
I got you. I hear you on that. And I think too, like you say that you're not that good, but I think you're in a space of transformation around it. Because we talk about it all the time.
that's wonderful.
Right? And I do think there's something to be said for being so abundant that you can just buy something outright. Right? Like there is good debt, and it is good to have, certain things where you pay them monthly, and building credit and all of that is a wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong, it's very responsible. But also to be able to say that I can call in enough abundance just to buy a house or to buy a car, that's, give yourself a little acknowledgement for having been able to do that.
Right. Well, fortunately, when it comes to real estate, it's more or less a word game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really walk into something with no money down.
Keep
There's
the word.
tons of real estate people who are selling these things online and so forth.
Yeah.
Go to a couple seminars, and trust me, the information that you receive is priceless.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna try to get you to buy something,
Yeah.
but they offer enough information for you, because that's what I did. I started assigning properties.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with the terminology, but it's just when someone has a property that they're sitting there and it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Find out who owns it and say, look, I could sell this house for you. It's just sitting there, ain't doing nothing, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All right. And the title company takes care of the middle. So
And then you make money off of doing
right,
that.
they give it to you for one price, and you sell it to somebody else for another price,
Yeah.
and take the middle. Yeah,
All right, Joe, you're going to teach me all kinds of things.
you got
You're
it.
going to restart the real estate business.
Absolutely.
All right, it's my turn to pick, right?
Go ahead, baby.
Okay. All right. Tell me about a time when you broke someone's trust and what you did to gain it back. Oh. It's funny because I just did a show not too long ago about regaining trust, because we've all broken trust.
That's a tough one for me. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a very trustworthy person.
Yeah.
Yeah, very trustworthy.
But everybody has broken someone's trust.
Trust as far as what, cheating, you mean?
Not necessarily cheating. I mean, it could be that if that's what comes up. But like someone trusted you with something and you broke it. Like I've done that. And I don't think that it's one of those things where it's always, like often we get so angry with people when they break our trust because we assume that that's what they meant to do. But more often than not, people are just doing what they know to do, right? And oftentimes it then breaks the trust. But like a time when someone, you had an agreement with someone and you broke it, like whatever that might be, whether it was, we agree we're in a relationship or we agree we're doing this deal together.
Okay. As far as in a relationship, I don't have anything that I can relate to as far as me breaking someone's trust in a relationship.
No?
Yeah, and I don't want to even think too hard on it because it's not possible.
Oh.
But if I could just, for the sake of answering the question, I would just say I stole my dad's car one time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you ever regain trust, or you just got in
Oh
trouble?
my God, this story's kind of bad. I shouldn't have said it. Yeah.
Well, you said it now, so you stole your dad's car. When you're a kid, though, stealing
I was a
stealing your
kid.
parents'
Right.
car
So
as a kid
Right, but I gave my
is
mom.
not good. But
I gave my mom sleeping pills.
no, you didn't. Oh my God, Joe Frank, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, it looks
I
like you
did.
have a lot of shame and guilt around that.
I did.
Yeah. How old were you?
Maybe 19. No, maybe I was younger than that because I just graduated from middle school.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it ever a discussion? Did she ever know?
Yeah, she was wide awake when I got home.
Was she?
She was wide awake and waiting for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But did she know that you had given her anything?
She never said anything.
Okay.
She never said anything. But my mother, she suffered from like sinus infections when I was young.
Yeah.
And she would get these headaches and sleep. So she asked me to go get some tea.
Uh-huh.
And I went downstairs and got the tea. And this chick had called me. And she
was
wanted
like,
me to
"Come meet me."
Right, come pick me up. And my dad had a Mercedes coupe.
Yeah.
And I said, if she see me in this Mercedes coupe, I'm getting some.
All bets are. I'm getting some.
I'm getting some. And I said, my mother won't mind sleeping a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough, Joe.
Yeah, it was rough.
But you were a kid, though. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
obviously it's one of those things. You know, we all have stuff that we're not proud of.
I'm gonna blame it on the girl. She.
Don't blame it on the girl.
Yeah,
You gotta
don't
take
blame it on the
you gotta
girl.
take the responsibility for
I'm
that,
blaming
Joe
on the
Frank.
girl. Yeah.
You gotta take the responsibility for that
No, I
one,
won't
Joe
take the
Frank.
responsibility. I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah, sorry, Thelma. Yeah. Oh, well, you know, we do crazy stuff when I mean, I used to steal from my mom all the time.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
You didn't?
No.
I used to be digging in the bottom of my mom's purse. Not anything major. It wasn't like I took her credit cards or anything like that. But, you know, I'm sure there's a couple times where I took her car without asking. And I know there's times where I, like, would take whatever was in the bottom of her purse. And my mom, you know, she wasn't real organized with money.
Right.
So change and,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
bills and stuff like
Right.
that would just fall to the bottom.
Right. No.
And I would clean it out probably weekly almost sometimes.
No, my mother was good with money.
Was she?
Yeah,
So she
she
knew
was
if,
good with
like a
money,
5
yeah.
was missing.
What them 3 pennies I put on the table 5 days ago? Are we taking my money?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 pennies.
So, you know, I think when it comes to kids and parents, it's like, you know, we all have something we're a little bit guilty about. All right, is it your turn to draw? Okay. I'm getting to know you, Joe Frank. You don't do anything like that anymore, though, right?
No.
No.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
Uh-huh.
Did you receive beatings, whippings
Ooh.
as a kid? Would you discipline your children using corporal punishment? Why or why not?
Oh, I kind of have somewhat of a controversial opinion about corporal punishment. And I'll tell you why it's controversial. Number one, because I'm black, and black folks love to beat their children.
I don't know what I got. I got something between a beating and a whooping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regularly?
Good God Almighty! It wasn't regularly, but it was enough.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
See, my mom was a little bit of it. She was somewhat of a hitter, and there were a couple incidents as I was growing up. But with my mom, it wasn't often as it wasn't dangerous. My dad, he only hit me once that I can remember, but he beat the fool out of me. So I never forgot it.
That's all it needed.
That's all it needed. Now, as an adult, as a grown up, I've done the work. And so, you know, of course, I've forgiven and I love him and all of that stuff. But what I didn't know when I was young is that it made me decide things about family. And it broke my trust with him. Like, I think I was probably about 13 years old. Long story, I'd gotten a D on my report card. And he and I were the only 2 people home. And I gave him my report card. And I don't know if he, like, as an adult, I think it actually really, he wasn't really as angry about that. I think it was just, you know, adult stress stuff. And then I might have like broke the camel's back with the D on the report card. Because he wasn't, like, grades were important in my family, but it wasn't like you got beat if you didn't get A's or something. But in this particular instance, you know, he got really, really mad, beat the fool out of me with a wooden spoon. And it shifted, like, my relationship with him. It shifted how I thought about family. And even as I was growing up as an adult, I made decisions about my adulthood. Like, I didn't want to have a traditional family when I was a young adult. And, you know, that's probably why I didn't have kids, like, in the first couple of decades of my adulthood. And I really was very career focused. Anything to be different from where I came from.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, and I don't think it's all just the fault of that incident, but I do think that that's where the shift in my mind started.
No, trust me, I'm familiar with the shift.
Are you?
Yeah, because when it shifted my mind, I said, I gotta get a gun.
Ooh, yeah, you were ready to get
I
into
said,
that life.
Nigga hit me one more time, I'm gonna kill his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the shift. I was maybe about 14, 15.
Yeah.
I said, nah.
Your dad was rough, huh?
My dad wasn't playing. He was a hardworking man, and he didn't like to say things more than once.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Good God Almighty.
And I think because you were a boy,
Yeah, maybe so.
I feel like, you know, not saying, obviously there's a lot of fathers out there that abuse daughters, but I think when it comes to fathers and sons, there's this whole, like, when corporal punishment is in play, there's a whole nother level, especially probably as you were getting bigger.
Yeah, that's what really.
Then it's like, I gotta beat you
Right.
down.
And it felt like corporal punishment. That's a good one, because, yeah, my dad would slap you and you would fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. He was no tolerance. He was a very loving, fun guy, but he would joke and play, and we would wrestle. But I grew up with a dad who played fighting, didn't stop until I was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like he had to win.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember crying and laughing at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were trying to still have fun, but it
no,
was like
I was actually still having fun.
Yeah.
But the pain hurt so much, I had to cry.
but it hurt too.
right.
It's such a different. That father-son dynamic is like.
Yeah, it is.
Did you ever, like, as an adult, did you ever have any moments where you were conscious of forgiving it, where you said, because I know you took care of him a little bit.
Yeah, I never paid it any mind.
No?
Never paid it any mind.
Like it never had you feel away.
No, it didn't. It helped me not to beat my kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, never hit my kids at all.
Yeah.
And it's been some times where my son's mother wanted me to beat him.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't do it.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't like to judge what other parents choose to do because I'm not a parent. But, and I also get that just from taking care of children, that patience is a thing. Like your patience is tested by being with a small person who, you're trying to mold or teach.
Right.
Like it's definitely, I used to teach after school programs with like first graders, and like I can understand the concept of patience and anger being tested. But I think that once you start hitting, there's no going back from what that does to the relationship.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
There's just no going back.
Especially when I grew up with a mom and dad in the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of different from the way my son and me and my son had our relationship, because he grew up with his mother.
Yeah.
And all I did was come over, or he would come over to my house and so forth. And our time was so
limited.
So limited and so precious to me that I didn't want to. Like his mother would send him over to the house and say, he's punished this weekend, so don't let him go nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's punished while he's with you, but I only get him one time out the week.
You don't want to be punishing him.
I'm not punishing him while he's with me.
Yeah.
If he does something, I'll say something to him about it. But no, it's just this little time we got together. I'm gonna cherish it, and I'm not gonna beat him.
I can understand that.
Right.
Yeah, because you want to make the most of when you do have him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole spanking thing. I think it's a hard topic because, and it's, like I was telling my sister the other day, I'm not a parent, but I deal with the adults who dealt with whatever traumas. Mm-hmm. I work with those adults now. And so, my invitation with parents of young people, and like you said, like you had limited time with your son, so you didn't want to be beating on him and punishing on him. But also, like, think about that you are forming an adult. It's not just about getting this little person under control.
Right.
Like that one day they're going to be an adult and they're going to remember everything they experienced.
Right.
Right?
Those beatings, I can say that they establish an anger within me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
They definitely made a big impact on my character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Made me fight a lot and get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I hear that. And I think that the fighting thing, that's a good point too, because you know how you see these viral videos like World Star Hip Hop and stuff like that. Like you can tell these kids, somebody hit them because of the reason they resort to all that violence is because somebody at some point was angry at them and said, I'm angry, so I hit you. Mm-hmm. And so that's what you learn. So, so when I'm angry, I get to hit. And so you see all these kids fighting and stuff, and it's no wonder.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because it's you can look at it in two different ways. Because a lot of people say that the children nowadays need somebody to whip their ass.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a kind of a rough situation that we're in right now.
Yeah.
But let's go to the next card.
Go to the next one. We're getting too deep into the beatings. Yeah. Wait, what did I ask you or did you ask me the last one?
I asked you.
You asked me? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's my turn to pick one. All right. What's the most romantic thing you have ever done for someone?
Oh, you're asking me, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Besides tonight was very, by the way, y'all, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. It's my birthday weekend, and Joe Frank came and cooked me a fantastic meal with shrimp and fettuccine Alfredo. And we did a little crab cake experiment.
yeah.
But that's okay.
Right.
The shrimp and the fettuccine Alfredo was delicious. For my birthday meal, I was very excited.
Thank you.
But what is the most romantic thing? I think that was pretty romantic. I don't know if you've ever topped that.
I'm a topper.
Oh. Okay.
I'm a topper. I'm a Pisces, so I'm I'm a rare breed. So,
Yes.
you know.
And Pisces men are known for being very romantic as well. Yeah.
Yep. So, what do you want me to tell you what I did?
Yeah. What did you
I
do?
really don't want to say it because
What, you might repeat it with me?
I'm definitely repeating it, because it's in the archives. So
It's in the
yeah,
archives?
but I'll give you an example.
Okay.
It was actually someone's birthday. Someone's birthday, and we showed up at a restaurant, and this was the restaurant that we always went to. It was right at the harbor, and it overlooked the water. And about maybe 15 minutes into the time that we were at the restaurant, family started coming in, and she started speaking. Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing? And she was like, "It's funny. How they know he was here? I don't know. They probably just came." And,
Yeah.
Yep. And when her mom walked in, she knew something was going on.
Yeah. So it was like a surprise birthday party?
Yeah. When we started singing, "Happy Birthday" and so forth. And she thought it was really nice. And
Aw.
yeah.
That is really sweet. That you got the family involved.
Yeah, I believe family's important, especially when you're in a loving relationship, because you like to let people know that, look, hey,
We
somebody loves
together.
me. Somebody loves me.
Right?
Yeah.
We love each other,
We love each
y'all.
other, right.
Like that old song. What was that song that they
Somebody loves me, baby.
Not that one, but there's that song where they're all singing. I forget which group it is, where he says, "We love each other, y'all." He's introducing the people in the band.
I don't
I don't know,
that
whatever.
one.
I'm making it up. All right, whose turn is it? It's your turn to pick one and ask me, or my turn? You just asked. I just asked you the last
Okay.
one, and you asked me one. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this game, and I want to encourage everybody. It's called Tonight Let's Talk. It's by Ace Metaphor. Please support this business because these cards are so cute. They have really cute animation on them. And I'm getting to know you, Joe Frank. You don't get to pick another one. You got to go with the one you picked. You don't like the one you picked?
Well,
Go ahead.
when was the last time you had a serious disagreement with someone, and how did you resolve it?
Oh, wow. The last time I had a serious disagreement? It's been a while that I've had like a serious disagreement.
Put them out there.
Huh? Put them out there?
Put them out there.
I mean, honestly, it like I'm trying to think. The last time I had and by serious, I'm thinking that it was so confrontational that it couldn't be resolved as it was going on, right? So, there's of course family. Like I've had falling outs with my sisters and stuff like that. But I won't call that serious because that's like family, like you have falling outs. But serious was when I had this roommate. And it wasn't that long ago because it was after, me and my last relationship broke up. So we're going back about 5 years. And I had this roommate that I rented out the room in my apartment in a point of real desperation because I was having a lot of financial troubles. And she was just horrific. And so, she moved in, she was like as filthy as she could be. She had this cat and she would leave like cat food in the bathroom sink and just like do all this nasty stuff. And I would say stuff to her. I would, I'd be like, can you not do that? Or, whatever, or ask her questions like, why'd you do this? And try to be as diplomatic as I could. And anytime I would say anything, she just was like, rah, like a monster.
Oh, she had to go.
Oh, she had to go. But then that's the thing. I was so triggered by that. I was so triggered by her. And she and I would get into it with each other where we would be yelling back and forth. And I'm like, I hardly even know this chick. Like, we are just in here fighting. It got to a point where at one point she pulled out her camera and started taping me. And so then I started taping her back. Like, it was so crazy and confrontational. And I'm not proud of it because it wasn't my proudest moment. But I was in a moment of desperation. I didn't vet her enough and try to like really get to know enough about her before I rented the room to her. We had no business living in the same space. And the way that I ended up having to resolve it is I had to write up paperwork that just agreed that I would not take a security deposit, keep her security deposit. I would use it for her last month's rent, and that she would move out at the end of that month. She didn't have to pay me anything else.
Right.
And I just had to like pull myself together and get very diplomatic and actually find a way, because after all the nasty fights that we'd had, we could barely be civil to each other. And so I had to pull it together. I was like shaking. You know how when you are like angry with someone that you're shaking?
Trust me, I know.
Right? I had to like find it within me to like to evolve myself to be able to have a calm conversation, just to get her to go ahead and sign the paper and agree that she would move out at the end of that month.
Right, I understand that.
And that was the resolution. And from then on, I just made the choice that I wasn't going to engage with the conflict anymore. Because in as much as I would have wanted to clear it and smooth it out, you know, the attempts that I made to do that, like she was not in a place of wanting to clear it or smooth it out. Like it was almost like she enjoyed the fight. Yeah, like she wanted to mix it up.
Wow.
And so the way to resolve it was just to cleanly end the relationship and disengage from all the fighting and the craziness. And I still think about her sometimes, because I always think, you know, my purpose in life is to help women heal the past, love themselves unconditionally, start all over. You know, like I'm all about supporting women with emotional wellness and health.
So part of you want to reach out to her, say, hey, how you doing?
Well, in a way, part of me would want to be able to do that and know that she's okay.
Right.
And then there's that other part of me that's like, you know, she's someone that if I never saw again, I'd probably be okay. You know, but my evolved side wants to be like, there's an ability to find peace there. That made you want to kiss me, Joe Frank?
I did.
That was very sweet. So yeah, all right, let's do one more. Time goes by fast. Now that was you asking me, right? So it's my turn to ask you. All right. Ooh, what are 3 of your top pet peeves when it comes to the opposite sex?
Pet peeves are things that you like?
Things you hate.
Hate? Oh.
Yeah. 3 of your top pet peeves when it comes to the opposite sex.
The ability not to listen.
The ability not to listen?
No.
I get what you're saying, babe. Like the not listening.
Let me talk sometimes.
Yeah.
Because my opinion matters.
Yeah.
That's one.
Do you feel like I let you talk? Because I talk a lot.
Baby, you're perfect.
Yeah?
You're perfect. Yep.
Aww.
And if you feel as though you want to talk over me, I feel as though I need to be quiet, because you have something that you really need to say.
Yeah.
And I want to really hear it.
Do you feel like I try to talk over you a lot?
Never.
No? Okay.
Never. If you do, it's time for me to be quiet.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
I'm serious. It is. If you
you're so the man for me.
Hey, I tried to tell you that a long time ago. You need people like me.
I need you.
Yeah.
So what's the other 2 pet peeves?
Pet peeves.
So they're not listening.
Oh my God, this is serious.
What?
This is serious.
Uh-oh.
Not knowing when to put me first.
Not knowing when to put you first.
Yes.
Oh, have you experienced that a lot?
Yes. Not a lot, because I don't tolerate it. I don't tolerate it. Yeah. It's like, I'm going to give you a small example.
Okay.
If I'm calling you and you're not answering your phone, and I might get a quick text, I'm out with my girls, I'll call you back later. What the hell?
Oh, that makes you upset? You feel like...
Why you can't pick your phone when you with your girls? I mean, I understand. I'm not trying to take up all your time, but hey, baby, what's up? Is everything all right?
Yeah.
I keep calling.
I get what you're saying. So it's like when you're not doing something that is serious. It's like you're just hanging out.
Just
why
hanging
can't
out
you
with
pick
your
up the
girls?
phone?
You can talk. You can talk to your man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a sign to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's a sign to me of an immature woman.
Yeah.
Right.
But do you have a bit of a trust thing? Was there somebody who did that, where they were like saying they were out with the girls, but they were really out doing something else?
No, not to my knowledge.
No.
Not to my knowledge. But to my knowledge, a woman who has a man and know how to keep a man, she's gonna answer the phone. But hey, what's up, baby? 'Cause
Maybe you're so old school.
I mean, you know, because her man come first.
Yeah.
Hold on, girl. This is my man. Let me see what he want. Hey, what's up, baby? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I hear what
You
you're
know
saying.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a simple, small thing. Well, maybe 5 minutes of conversation.
Yeah.
And go back and hang with your girls.
Yeah.
You know, all it takes is a little recognition and a little acknowledgement. That's all.
And as a Pisces man, a romantic Pisces man, that's a slight.
Mm-hmm.
So when you feel like you've been slighted that way, and you do feel like I didn't like that, how do you handle it?
First thing I do is I adjust the situation.
Okay.
Sweetheart, listen. If you're out with your girlfriends, I'm not trying to take up none of your time. You can do anything you want. Just answer the phone when I call you.
Yeah.
You don't know what I want. You don't know why I'm calling.
Yeah.
It may be serious, it may not be. But I feel, though, if I have to even say that much,
Yeah.
it might be too late.
Yeah. Like you're not being prioritized.
Right.
Ooh, that's an interesting one, Joe.
Right. And I'm at an age right now. I'm at an age right now where though I'm not looking to teach or train.
Yeah.
No, I just want to be treated right.
I get that.
You know.
I totally understand that.
So I'm gonna tell you now, Candace Harper.